Hey race fans, this is Ben Fox. This is one of my first video logs. I figured I'd do it on the PRI Show in Indianapolis this year. I got to go out to Indy and go to the Lucas Convention Center and look at some of the performance racing industry's newest and latest parts and suppliers and manufacturers. So basically this show is a lot of manufacturers across the country of aftermarket parts for racing and just about anything else you can screw, glue, or stick to a car. Come to this show and display, what they're making, what's the latest, what's the greatest technology, whatnot. So here's a video of me wandering around aimlessly like a big kid in a candy store, pretty much. Hopefully you get to see some stuff you don't normally get to see every day. It's a pretty neat event. Motec. I am a Motec dealer for Motec Electronics in the U.S. I sell dashes and ECUs to race teams and the general public. And I also work in Moto America as a crew chief on a race team, and we use Motec data logging for race analysis and all kinds of other things, motorcycle race strategies that we need throughout the season. I had a Motec dealer meeting here this weekend for some new and upcoming events for 2019. Can't really say too much more about it other than things are looking pretty exciting for racing next year. So in this booth they display a lot of their different items that they sell to race team. Over here I think this is a tire pressure monitoring system that they sell for cars. A lot of their race grade equipment is highest quality professional equipment for actual race use day in and day out. They also sell tools for wire harness, custom wire harness. If you want to make your own wiring harness, you can buy the tools directly from them for crimping Autosport connectors, Deutsch connectors, etc. In this case, here we go. Here's Paul Yaw's Injector Dynamics. Here's some injectors from him and a fuel filter from Injector Dynamics back there. Really nice quality parts from a super professional business. Some suspension pods. Oh, here's something that was really cool. This is a steering wheel Motec does in-house. They make custom steering wheels for race cars with trim switches for TC, buttons for changing of your strategy, anything you pretty much need so you can keep your eyes on the road, on the racetrack while you're driving. And over here is a CDL3 Motec dash logger display with a monochrome ones. And next to it's a C127 digital display dash logger. All very nice stuff. This is the CP Carrillo booth. CP and Carrillo are a partnered company, and they make connecting rods and pistons. Carrillo I use all the time for their connecting rods for Ducati engines for customers for race and street applications. Super good rod, super durable, super strong. And I also have CP make me pistons for the same motors as well too for Ducati. Very high quality, very nice pieces. You can get them Teflon coated, DLC coated titanium pins if you'd like. Here's a Ducati piston right here, actually one of my 3D domes. If you look when I flip this over, it has a 3D contoured surface on it that's really nice for airflow across the combustion chamber. If you look to the right, you can see like kind of a dark greenish colored pistons, and to the left there, that's a hard anodizing that they put on some of their pistons. If you want, you can get them hard anodized, and it helps with wear, longevity. You can also get the skirts Teflon coated if you'd like. Just make really nice stuff, and the company's just a really high quality, very professional company that's easy to work with, and they don't let anything out the door that's not going to work. If they have any issues with it, they're not going to make it. So I thought I'd throw this into the video too. A Dodge Demon. It's a variant of the Challenger. The thing's just bad. This car makes, I think, 800 or 900 horsepower. Will do high 8s or low 9s in the quarter, right off the showroom floor. Supercharged, just phenomenal. What the factories are, giving us cars like this these days. Back in 1990 when I was in high school, a new 5.0 Mustang made 225 horsepower off the showroom floor. People thought that was fast. And this thing's, reaching almost 1,000 from the factory. So pretty neat times we're living in. Here's another Dodge Challenger. Pretty cool looking car. And moving on to some other things in the show. These were tumblers. These actual tumble parts. You throw a part in there and it'll tumble it through this media, polish the edges of it. That was like a cornmeal media they had in that one. Coming up here, we're gonna see some engine blocks being machined, I think, in a CNC machine. An RMC machine. Let's see the blocks rotating around on a fourth axis. That's actually a 3-axis mill with a 4th axis rotary attached to it. So that's considered a 4-axis mill. And this one was a full 5-axis. You can see that's a trunnion. That block is rotating around the A and the B axis. And here's a Miller welding display. They put on a pretty nice display. They actually had booths where you could actually demo and test out their welders. They'd actually give you a little bit of time to try out welding one of their welders with their TIG welders. No MIG welding, TIG on there. MIG welding might get a little bit messy with sparks flying around in a show like that. Coming up here is the Superflow booth. Superflow makes engine and chassis dynos for cars and motorcycles, and they make some really good equipment. Very high quality, very good, accurate, repeatable results. I actually own a Cycledyne Superflow dyno for tuning motorcycles, and of all the brands of motorcycle dynos I've used, I like my Superflow the best. It's just an awesome piece of equipment. It's a real professional's tool. This is right here is the control panel for the engine chassis dyno. Similar software to the Cycledyne. Next is the Haas booth, one of my favorite booths. They have on display here a couple different mills and lathes. Here's their entry-level tool room lathe. It's a TL1, small little lathe, nice CNC machine. There's their TM1P. That's their tool room mill. That's a 3-axis mill. And coming up over here is the UMC 750. This is the bad boy. It's 5-axis. Really nice machine. Large work envelope. Has a table that'll rotate around the A and B axis. Big trunnion table down there. Right now I didn't catch it doing any moves where it rotated the table. It's just doing a simple X and Y movements right now, so nothing too fancy that you can see in the video, but guarantee you this thing's a workhorse. This thing will do some nice cutting.
That one looks like maybe they started cutting it out of the block, but it's still in the block.
And here was a pretty cool Mustang. I figured I'd throw this in here. This thing had a lot of nice craftsmanship in it as far as body work and fabrication. Just everything about it, a lot of the parts, really nicely done.
I saw an invoice and I go look that up. But I don't know what it was yet.
Can't really see there, but the interior, there's a carbon fiber dash. This is an AEM booth. This is AEM Electronics. Just showing some of their dash displays for cars, and could be possibly used for bikes in the future. Never know. So here are some really nicely made intake manifolds. CNC machined. Very nicely done. As a CNC programmer, machinist myself, the amount of time that goes into something like this, I can really appreciate. This is true craftsmanship. Another great looking manifold. All the lines flow together very nicely, everything fits well. All the contours match. Very nice. Very nice machining on this. Another intake here, looks like maybe it's a 6-cylinder, Supra possibly, 2JZ. Not much explanation needed here for what this is.
You know, I never really realized that.
So just looking out there, you can see there's just massive amounts of vendors here, just showing off all kinds of stuff. This was a Little walk through the Edelbrock display. Edelbrock's been making performance parts since I think the 50s. I don't know. A lot of years. Some of their heads. Really nice machine work in their heads. You can see the seat work and the CNC porting in there. This car was pretty neat. This is a Camaro. You see the mufflers are in the trunk. Nice bodywork, carbon fiber, LS motor.
Started 2 weeks ago.
Luckily, I don't have to go out there to get the long distance guys, but by making it a 10 on either side, I get the weekend entry down to 475. And obviously, the buybacks are going to be cheaper on the 10s. If you double enter and have a couple of buybacks over the weekend, this year's versus next year's, let's say $1,000. All that adds up. And remember, the 4-foot breakdown, 10, 20, and 10, how much was it?
Down.
Well, it went back to 10. Okay, that's why I went down.
Brembo, massively huge caliper. Well, maybe not massive, but pretty big. So we'll stop the video here. I couldn't fit it all in here. It would have been 3 hours long. Hopefully I showed you a couple things that you guys don't normally get to see. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again soon. Or sometime.
Well, the IndyCar cylinder. That's the Liberty.